Hello everybody, I hope you guys are all well. So today we're doing a reading on Putin and Russia and Ukraine. But I'm gonna start with a requested reading first. So the question is, when you get a chance, can you ask if the new money and supplies to help Ukraine will rattle Putin? Alright, so let's see. What was Putin's reaction? How does he feel about that? What is he planning? Okay, so this is Putin and the external influences. Okay, the magician. This is him. 3. Okay, let's see the rest. The Hierophant. Page of Cups. Okay, so I'm seeing this as the West. Like us. Or leaders. So this is the West. And this is Putin. So I'm seeing him with this guard, like having a plan, working on something. There's something ongoing, and he's in cahoots because I could see, hello. I could see the 3 of Cups is like Russia, China, Iran, something. It's like his allies, his buddies. With the 5 of Swords here, I think that yes, he's rattled, and it could be one of the reasons for why he pulled a dirty trick. You know, the provocation with the Baltics right now about the border. The Russian Defense Ministry proposed revising the maritime border. They say that it's because the Soviet measurements in 1985 did not consider more modern map coordinates or something like this. And the Russian border guards removed the floating markers, you know, the buoys that are marking the border with Estonia. So I think this is at least partially because of the new money and the supplies that were approved for Ukraine. So it's like he's taking everything as a provocation, and he's starting this bullish tactics. Bullying the neighbors, bullying everyone, terror, like it's a terrorist state because it's terrorizing the whole world. Russia thinks it can do anything. They can break international order. They can invade other countries. They can do anything. And if we don't let them get their way and do whatever they want, they threaten us with nuclear Armageddon and nuclear apocalypse. This must not be allowed. But I'm terrified actually when I'm looking at our leaders and I see them so weak and so appeasing, and appeasement always leads to more victims, to even more widespread war. And Russia, it is a terrorist state because in Ukraine they on purpose they target civilians on purpose. You know, like in war, yes, you have civilian casualties, but it's because the fighters usually are using civilians as shields, like they did in Syria. and a lot of civilians died when Europe and United States attacked, when NATO attacked, because they had to wipe out ISIS. A lot of civilians died in Syria. It happens. That this is war. This is what war is. But Russia targets civilians on purpose. It's evil. Like, it's just pure evil. And indeed, like Iran, Russia, China, it's truly the axis of evil. Oh, and North Korea. These are evil, entities. Not the countries, all the country, but like the leaders and the systems in place there. Yeah, and on this side we have the United States. We can see with the Hierophant, they had to go through this process. This is the, the system, the government, the people making decision. It has to be allowed, like it had the help and the money and the supplies, they had to be approved, voted, something like this. So it has to go through this process. The Four of Cups, the number 4 symbolizes stability, rationality. So it kind of like, it indicates to me like they do not want to rock the boat. Yes, like it's also about dissatisfaction, discontent. So they're showing their discontent with Russia's actions. But at the same time, you see this guy sitting on his ass, like inaction, not really doing much, not really doing what it takes to actually deter Russia, because they're scared. With this 9 of Swords here, like a nightmare scenarios going through their heads. They don't want to risk. The Page of Cups. This can mean like immaturity in a way, at least when it comes to foreign policy. The Iraq war polarized a lot of people, and especially from the Democrats, because they genuinely believed in this idea that hard military power is no longer useful, not needed, or is pointless. And in a way, like, they forgot how the real world works. There is uncomfortable to accept, it's a tough pill to swallow, especially for progressives, for liberals, for people with a higher consciousness in a way. But that's the truth. That's how this world works. Yeah. I'm a bit worried about this, the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, because I'm seeing them, like the axis of evil, working on something, working on a plan. They're doing something. They're preparing, could be secretly. I mean, they are already. They found out that China, I think, that they sent lethal weapons to Russia. So they're working on something. Something is happening, and yeah, I don't like this. So as a short answer for this question, like if it rattled Putin, yes, and likely that's why he provoked the Baltics with the border thing. Okay, let's do another one. And this time, let's ask, what are those, I don't know, 3 or like how many of them are like Russia, China, Iran, North Korea? Let's put them all together. Like what are they planning? What's going on there? Let's do it from Putin's perspective. Let's see. The axis of evil. So this is Putin. This is him. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Not good. No bueno. Nope, no bueno. They're in agreement. They're securing agreements. They're securing, could be like secrets. Putin knows that he crossed the Rubicon River. There's no going back from what he started. With the death card, this has the energy of like you're not able to go back. It's done. The river, the Rubicon River. And he's trying to get alliances. He's really focusing on these alliances and agreements, and they are helping him. This is the Ace of Pentacles. They're giving him what he needs. So they have all type of deals, and he's getting this from them, even though there is a pressure on this, like on China especially. They feel this pressure, this weight. It's not easy, but they are helping Putin. Two of Cups, the Lovers, like in agreements, pacts. And Putin also secured like the people, collective Russians. Like most Russians like genuinely agree with Putin. They would, like, I don't think he even need to fake votes. They're really behind him. And you see a lot of Russians in Europe that are living in Europe, that are living in United States, that they praise Putin, and they think that the West is degenerate, that the West is horrible, but they're living in the West and they praise Putin. Nobody forces them. They like him. They accept him, they're behind him. So the axis of evil, they're in agreements, they're preparing something, they're helping each other. They want power, control, domination. They're having a plan. Yeah, so this is what I could get. I'm gonna use this deck, the Osho Zen Tarot deck, but I'm gonna use it as an oracle. So let's ask about the axis of evil. Let's pull a card for each. Okay, so first, Putin. Friendliness, that's, you know, the Two of Cups, it's the agreements again. So he's like banding together. Let's see what we get. Postponement. The Four of Swords. So he has something in his mind and he's preparing it, and he will act on it later. That's what I'm getting from this. It's like a window here, but later. At this point in the present, there might be certain things that he's not able to do. He cannot manage it right now. It's like he's not ready yet, and it's postponing it, but he's planning to act on it later. Now let's see one card for China. Okay, suppression. The Ten of Wands. It's this card, the card that China got in the previous spread. The same card. So it's like pressure mounting. It also feels like something's about to burst here with China. There's like intense pressure. It may not be just the pressure from the West, the United States, Europe, NATO. It might be also internally. Like whatever's going on with them, with the economy, with their own system. There is oppression. So China is in a tough place. With this amount of energy, we might see China implode or explode. Anyways, there's something that is building up, and at some point we might see an eruption. Something drastically happening there. Let's ask for Iran and North Korea. Let's do it in just one shuffle for both of them. Iran and North Korea. Okay, so Iran, the source, power, control, it's fire. They're ready to go. It's like a very warlike type of energy. In North Korea, past lives. This is the Moon card. Like in the shadows. It's hidden. It's like dark. A lot of dark energy. So for Iran, we have the source here. This is the Ace of Wands. So that's aggression, force, power. They are the source of trouble and problems in the Middle East and throughout the world. Well, of course, they're not the only one, but they're a big source. And for North Korea, the moon, this can also mean like hidden enemies. Yeah, they have alliances with the likes of Russia, China, whatever. But there's also this element of distrust. And with the lizards here, this represents kind of like rebirth. So if things don't feel very stable with North Korea, there's something happening there, maybe that we don't see because it's hidden. The moon is this element of like unseen, past lives. Is this element like you have no idea what you were in a past life. You go through this like veil where you forget everything. So is this element like we're not seeing exactly what's going on there, but there are things that are happening. It's kind of like on the verge of a big change. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling of like uncertainty. Yeah, so this is what I could get for the axis of evil. Russia has a plan, but is postponing it because right now they cannot go ahead. They're not able to put it in action. China is under a lot of pressure. Iran is ready to go, ready to fight. There's this aggressive energy to it, warlike type of thingy. And the shaky things here with North Korea. Something's going on behind the veil that is not known to the public. it gives me this feeling of unstable uncertainty. Yeah, so this is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate all of you. If you have any other requests, leave them in the comments. So thank you all very much. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.